What's up world? It's Spencer again. This video is going to be dedicated to planning on how to get better. So for those of you who are maybe new to fencing or just want to get to that next level, this video is for you. So I'm currently at a crossroads in my fencing career. I've been fencing for 15 years, but I'm going to be graduating university this year, and so I don't really know what my future is going to hold, and I don't have an infinite number of resources to allocate to going to a bunch of tournaments or paying for lessons every day or that kind of thing. So my goal is to get on Canada's national épée team, and so I want to make sure that I'm using my resources as effectively as possible to reach my goals. I've contacted fencers that I have known or that I currently know that have been or are on the national team and asked them what they have found has been the most effective part of their training, what resources or what has helped them get to the level that they are at or were at. I want to make sure that I'm focusing on these strategies so that I can also improve to that level. I contacted 6 fencers, 3 from the senior national team and 3 from the cadet national team at some point in their career. I definitely noticed some differences between the 2 sets of answers that I got from the 3 fencers on the cadet national team versus the senior national team. The fencers on the cadet national team really seem to prioritize fencing with their coaches, getting those private lessons, and also have really good training partners and basic fundamentals. Now, those are obviously really excellent suggestions for anyone looking to improve. Getting a good coach, fencing really good people, and making sure that your fundamentals are as good as they can be are top priorities for sure. The fencers on the senior national team took a bit of a different approach, which actually really surprised me. They tended to say that the things that mattered most to their training were camps. So either weekend-long camps or even week-long training camps tended to be the most beneficial. Camps give you an opportunity to fence fencers that don't normally come to your club or to your region, and it allows you to see how they train, how different coaches from other regions train fencers, and it also gives you the opportunity to fence high-level fencers for as long as you want. It doesn't matter if it's a bout or 10 bouts. If you can find the time and you have the energy, then you can do it at camps. That brings me to another thing about camps. They all stress that fitness is a really important characteristic, especially if you're going to those longer camps. If you can't handle more than a day of fencing, then you're not going to be able to take advantage of those opportunities as well. So getting your fitness level or having somebody give you a training schedule like a professional trainer seem to be a really good opportunity. My background is actually in kinesiology, in biomechanics, so I have a decent amount of training experience on my own, and so I'll probably not go with a professional trainer, but I definitely will make myself my own schedule. In terms of specifics, I got the suggestion that most fencers at a high level tend to focus on a few really excellent actions instead of having a good breadth. And that's one thing that I don't personally do. I feel like I need to be well-rounded, so I pretty much practice everything. So maybe I'll choose a few actions and really focus in on those over the next few months to make sure that they're up to spec. That's another thing. Tournaments are extremely expensive, and this was told to me by a fencer that's probably one of the best in our country. He said, maybe not the best way to spend your money, if that's a limitation for you, is to go to a lot of tournaments, because you might only get 3 or 4 or 5 bouts unless you're really good and you're going to go to that finals. If you're struggling to make it past the first or second round of DEs, tournaments aren't necessarily going to be the best use of money for you. Instead, you probably want to focus that resource onto private lessons or working on your fitness or going to camps. I was told to practice at home as well. So if you can get a coaching arm set up on a wall or just something to hit that you can do 200 to 500 hits every single day, or just practicing blade actions. You know, it doesn't have to be a hit. It can be practicing your parries. It can be practicing your point control. Anything like that at home to give you that little extra bit of practice can really go a long way. Another really excellent suggestion that I heard is to find a fencer at a top level that's got a similar physique to you or a similar style to you, and try to figure out how they do their actions and replicate them. Take a video of yourself and watch a video of them and see if you're doing your actions the same as they are. If your actions are as fast as they are, if they're as clean as they are, if they're not, why? And then work on those things. So I'm gonna take this information, I'm gonna look at this video, condense it, and then focus on making my own strategy. When I've come up with my own plan, I'll probably make a video about it on YouTube so that you can see how I've translated these suggestions into meaningful schedules and habits for myself. If you like this video or this type of content, feel free to leave a like or subscribe. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, so leave a comment down below on what you guys think is the most beneficial part of your training, and maybe I or somebody else can incorporate it into their training. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. I want to make sure that I'm using my resources as best as possible because there aren't an unlimited amount of them.